I swear to God, I was born. I swear to God, I was born. I swear to God, to make me scared. But I can read between the lines. I want to run.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to your Wednesday virtual pub quiz with NYC Trivia League and Quiz Night America. My name is Meredith. I'm going to be your trivia host this evening. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Hope you're having a nice week. It's a balmy 98 degrees here in New York City. Hope you got an AC to keep you cool. If not, a fan, an ice pack. Do what you can, everybody. We're going to get into 4 rounds of trivia this evening. Whether you are in the very hot New York City or anywhere else in the world, we welcome you to play with us here this evening. And you can get signed up for tonight's quiz at this website, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Once you get there, we're looking for a couple basic sign-up details. Number 1, we're looking for a team name. The second item there, we're looking to see what your email address is. And then there's a drop-down menu in which you can tell us if you are or are not a part of the league. Whether you're in the league or playing casually this evening, we welcome you to play with us. We are only in our second week of season 51 of NYC Trivia League, which means it's a perfect time to get your team signed up. We do keep track of your scores every time you play if you're in the league, and you can find those standings on our website, nyctrivialeague.com/standings. I believe we have a couple of them to add still for this season, but generally speaking, that is where you can see how your team is doing. It's fun, so you may as well get signed up for the game here tonight. At the end of our season, we do have a King's Cup Tournament of Champions to look forward to, and we hope you will participate in that when that comes up. But it's only week 2, everybody. We've got a lot of weeks to go before we get there. So get your team signed up this evening, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. You can also play super casually and not sign up for the league. That is A-okay as well. As I mentioned before, we will be playing 4 rounds of trivia this evening. Rounds 1, 2, and 3 are question and answer rounds with 10 questions in them. And round number 4 is a picture round with 10 images in it. For these first 3 rounds, here's how this game is going to operate. I'm going to ask you a question. As I ask it, it is going to pop up directly on your virtual answer sheet at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. So you will be able to see the questions as I'm asking them. Some of them will have multiple choice options. The majority of them are going to be short answer questions. Enter in the response that you believe to be correct, and then make sure you click the button that says submit answers before your 20-second countdown timer expires. Every question has that 20-second countdown timer looming in the background. So make sure you keep an eye on it and always click that submit answers button. In the event that you're working on a short answer response and you spell something incorrectly, our software is pretty good at picking up those spelling discrepancies, but if you get a little creative there and it slips by, we do have the wonderful Trivia Peter working behind the scenes this evening, and he will make sure that if you deserve to get a point, you get that point. Thank you, Peter. We appreciate you. So rounds 1, 2, and 3 are going to work just like that. Round number 4, that picture round, will function a little bit differently than those first 3 rounds. And I'll walk you through those specifics when we get to that point of the quiz. Hi there. If you're just joining us, I am Meredith. I will be your trivia host this evening. Come play with us. Come to this website, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. This is a fully interactive virtual pub quiz. And when you get to that website, you will be able to see the video stream embedded directly on the page. So it's just like a little one-stop shop for everything. It's beautiful. Come play with us, won't you? Before we get into our first round this evening, I do have 2 rules for the game. Rule number 1, our most important rule. Please don't cheat. Don't cheat at this game. It defeats the purpose, everybody. Play fairly. Do not look things up. That's all we ask of you. Be an adult who does not cheat at trivia. It'll make things more fun for everybody involved. Thank you for that. Rule number 2, please don't give away the answers in the chat. Please talk to us throughout the game. It's always fun to interact with all of you, but kindly refrain from giving away any answers. And with that, we're going to dive into our first round of the evening. It is your last opportunity before the game gets started to get signed up. Once again, that website is quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Fill out those sign-up details. Join the 34 teams currently signed up, from our first team, the Geezers, to the most recent team to sign up, Little Lord Fuckleroy, and every team in between. I welcome you tonight and wish you good luck on the quiz. Here we go. Round 1 tonight is in the category of Storms Comin'. Storms, your key word in round number 1. Question number 1. What actress played the character Storm in the original X-Men film in the year 2000? In the original X-Men movie released in the year 2000, it was Halle Berry who played that role. Halle Berry, your correct response for number 1. Question number 2. A loosely defined geographic area of the U.S. ranging from North Texas to South Dakota is a so-called blank alley, named for what kind of weather phenomenon? What's that weather phenomenon? That general geographic area is known as Tornado Alley. Tornado, your correct response for number 2. Tornadoes are so scary. I grew up in the Midwest, and when that siren would go off, it just made my blood run cold. Terrifying. Question 3, from Latin words for heaped and rainstorm, what type of clouds that are capable of producing severe weather can sometimes be called thunderheads? Name that type of cloud. Heaped and rainstorm give way to the name cumulonimbus. Your correct answer for number 3, cumulonimbus. Question number 4. The 2017 disaster film Geostorm and the 2020 disaster film Greenland both star what Scottish actor? He's found his genre. It's Gerard Butler. Butler, your answer for number 4. Our 5th question of the night in this Storms A-Comin' themed round. Here's number 5. The Saffir-Simpson scale is used to rate the strength of what type of storm? The Saffir-Simpson scale used to rate the strength of a hurricane. Hurricane, your answer for number 5. Or a Western Hemisphere tropical storm. Also an acceptable response. Question number 6. In A Song of Ice and Fire, any bastard born in the Stormlands is given the surname Storm, while any bastard born in the North is given what surname? Such a harsh term, bastard. I was looking for an alternate to saying that word twice in this question, and I was like, you can't. You just have to say it. Your answer is snow. Snow is the correct response for number 6, as in, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Number 7, typically a small, weak, rotating column. What is the name for a funnel-shaped vortex that forms over a body of water? Looks like a tornado on the water. Apparently, typically not as destructive. Those are called water spouts. Water spouts, your correct answer for number 7. Our 8th question of this round. On July 14th, 1789, what French fortress and political prison was stormed? That French fortress and political prison was the Bastille. Bastille, your answer for number 8. Happy Bastille Day 1 week late to those of you who celebrate. 86% of you got that one right. 2 more questions in round number 1. Here's number 9. What is the rhyming name of the 2006 Red Hot Chili Peppers album on which you'd find the song Storm in a Teacup? Name that rhyming album title. A pesky music question popping up and maybe hurting your perfect score. Or, maybe some of you out there are going to get this one. That Red Hot Chili Peppers album is called Stadium Arcadium. Stadium Arcadium. Our final question of round number 1. The Tampa Bay Storm were a U.S. sports team founded in 1987 who folded in 2017 and played in the AFL. What does the A stand for in AFL? AFL, as in Arena Football League. Arena, your correct response for question number 10. That brings us to the end of our first round here this evening. Let's see how it's going thus far. One round into the quiz. We have a tie right now in 4th place between a bunch of teams. Claire and Noah's Ark of Bukkake, Brusual Suspects, Team Cockroach, The Next Generation, President Camacho, Winning is Overrated, Avis and Bobo, Chi-Chi's Forever, Team Cockroach, The Helsinki Syndrome, all tied in 4th, and tied in 1st right now with perfect scores, 10 for 10, McClunky, The Blue Shells, and Jackash Incorporated. McClunky killing it thus far in the quiz, as are those other teams mentioned. But I bring up McClunky because after tonight's quiz, the people behind that team will be running a game called the Movie Quiz, the wonderful Trivia Man. You can check out that game immediately after tonight's game, right around 9 o'clock at play.themoviequiz.com. Be sure to check it out. It's so much fun. I hope to play this evening. So that's coming up right after our quiz wraps up this evening. Also, if you're looking for something to do for maybe a personal gathering or a corporate gathering in the near future, we would love to work with you. We do private events with NYC Trivia League, and you can reach out to me, Meredith, at nyctrivialeague.com. I'd love to hear from you. We do things virtually, in person, hybrid of the two. Cannot wait to hear from you. Meredith at nyctrivialeague.com. Our second category of the evening is villains. Villains is our theme for round 2. In this round, your goal is to name the famous fictional villain based on a description of their crimes. We're going to kick it off with an example for you all that is worth 0 points. If, for instance, I were to say, in seeking revenge for the house that fell on her sister, she throws a ball of fire at a very flammable character, casts a spell that makes people fall asleep, and sends her flying minions to attack the city. Name that villain. Once again, that's just an example worth 0 points. The answer for your example, that described the Wicked Witch of the West. You get the idea. Here we go. Our second question of this round. Please identify this villain, this character, performed a bank heist, and had his accomplices kill each other, attempted to murder the mayor, held 2 fairies hostage, and murdered the DA's girlfriend. Name that villain. That villain that committed those crimes is the Joker. The Joker, your correct response for number 2. There are 11 questions in this round. Here is number 3. He murdered his mother, impersonated her, stabbed a woman in the shower, but wouldn't hurt a fly. Your correct answer for number 3, that is Norman Bates. Norman Bates. Question number 4. This character betrayed his order, murdered the younglings, kidnapped his daughter, maliciously wounded his son, and assassinated his boss. The character that committed those crimes is Darth Vader. Darth Vader, your response for number 4. Question number 5. This character killed multiple bystanders in his quest to kill a 10-year-old, impersonated a police officer, and assaulted a Skynet colleague. Darth Vader assassinating his boss was doing a solid. That made me think I was trying to change one of the questions in this round earlier to be about Eric Killmonger from Black Panther. But when I was looking at like, what did he do? So what were his crimes? Literally nothing. He really had good intentions and just, it really didn't work out. He didn't commit any crimes. An answer for you for number 5. This character is T-1000. T-1000. Question number 6. She curses a baby to death on her 16th birthday, abducts, imprisons, and attempts to murder a prince, and tries to destroy King Stephen's entire kingdom. Yeah, okay, he murdered some people, but it was like for a good cause, y'all. He poisoned someone. All right, okay. I guess what I'm saying is I'm okay with that. Number 6, this is a description of the crimes of Maleficent. Maleficent, your answer for number 6. Not the crimes of Grindelwald, but Maleficent. Question number 7. This character dominates her Salem State Hospital patients into submission and uses cruel and unusual punishments such as electric shocks for acting out and orders an unnecessary lobotomy on our protagonist. That character is Nurse Ratched. Nurse Ratched, your correct response for number 7. Question number 8. This villainous character tricked our protagonist into reinstating his powers, maimed and almost murdered 4 teens in 1986, and largely orchestrated the terrorizing of Hawkins, Indiana. Name that character. Hawkins, Indiana, the setting of Stranger Things. That villainous character is Vecna. Vecna, your correct response for number 8. Question number 9. This character deceived elves, men, and dwarves with some powerful accessories, conquered many lands of Middle-earth, caused the deaths of thousands of innocents. That Lord of the Rings figure is Sauron. Sauron, your correct response for number 9. Don't forget there are 11 in this round. Here is question number 10. This character, who was consistently a runner-up, deliberately causes a car crash leading to a 3-way tie, pops Lightning McQueen's tire, and performs a pit maneuver, forcing the king into a dangerous crash. Name that villainous character. I have an answer for you for question number 10. That character from the Pixar movie Cars is named Chick Hicks, or Chick Thunder Hicks, because he always comes after Lightning McQueen. That character, voiced by Michael Keaton. Other voice actors that appeared in that movie, of course, include Owen Wilson and that's right, everyone. Tony Shalhoub voices the character Luigi in the movie Cars. You have been Also, that one was my hint of the night. Give me a follow on Instagram at Trivia Meredith. I will help you out with a question every single time you play. Typically, our games are Monday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, right here at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Next week, our schedule is going to be just a little bit different, everyone. On Monday, Peter and I are going to be traveling to visit some family. So we actually will not be able to have a quiz next Monday. We are sad to say, but we will be back 1 week from today, and then our regular schedule will resume after that. So hope to see you all 1 week from now. We'll miss you very much on Monday next week. Let's get into our final question of round number 2. Question 11. This character lied about her identity, sent an imposter version of the protagonist's twin brother, practiced dark magic, killing members of a Salem coven, held twins Billy and Tommy hostage, and tried to steal chaos magic. Name that character. This is a description of Catherine Hahn's character on WandaVision. Her name, Agatha Harkness, or Agnes was her pseudonym. Harkness, your answer for number 11. 47% of you got that one right. We continue to have a three-way tie for first 2 rounds into the quiz with perfect scores. McClunky, the Blue Shells, and Jack Ash Incorporated. Let's get right on into our third round of the evening. Our category for round number 3 is Call Me. Call Me, your theme. Round 3, question number 1. Please complete the opening lyrics to Carly Rae Jepsen's song, Call Me Maybe. I threw a blank in the well. Fill in that blank. I threw a wish in the well. Wish, your answer for number 1. Question number 2. In May 2022, what item was removed from Times Square, replaced with a Link NYC kiosk, and moved to the Museum of the City of New York in an exhibit about the pre-digital era? Carly Rae Jepsen's song, So Sorry, was not about anyone throwing a person named Timmy in a well. I'm sorry to say. I do have an answer for number 2. That item that's no longer in Times Square is a phone booth or payphones. By some accounts, the last payphone in New York City. By other accounts, that has been proven to not be true. There are some payphones. You just have to look really hard for them. 97% of you got that right. Let's call it a social. Well played. Our third question of this round: what supernatural horror film released widely in 2022 stars Ethan Hawke as a child abductor? I also really want to see this movie. Your correct answer is The Black Phone. The Black Phone is what it's called. Question number 4. On a traditional North American rotary phone, what number could be found closest to the finger stop at about 5 o'clock? Name that number. All right, we've got our finger stop right about here. The 1 is like here, all the way over here. We've got a 0. 0 is the number that's closest to the finger stop there. Yes, definitely a question for people who maybe owned a rotary phone, played with one. I don't know. Okay. Hope you got it. Our next question, number 5, the 1981 song 8675309 by Tommy Two-Tone has what first name as an alternate title? Eight six seven five 309. Jenny. Jenny is the name. Jenny, I got your number. Number 6. Which of these area codes was the original area code assigned to all of New York City by AT&T in 1947? That original New York City area code is 212. In 1984, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island became 718. In 97, overlying all of New York City was 917. Then intended for cell phones in 1999, 646 was added, I believe. No, 917 was for cell phones. 646 was because 917 was running dry. All right. On to our 7th question. But first, though, 95% of you got that right. It's a social. Question 7. In September 2008, the HTC Dream was released, which was the first commercial cell phone to utilize what operating system? That was the first phone that used Android as its operating system. Android, your correct response. Question number 8. You used to call me on my cell phone. Are the lyrics from what lead single from Drake's 2016 album, Views? Name that song. That Drake song is called Hotline Bling. On to question number 9. Red telephone boxes are a symbol of the UK. And from 1926 onward, the design of the boxes has included what symbol of the British government? Above the word telephone, it's multiple choice. What symbol is it? Telephone booths going strong in the UK. Above the word telephone is a crown. Crown is your answer for number 9. And question number 10. In what 2004 comedy movie does the main character refer to a phone booth as a glass case of emotion? That movie stars Will Ferrell. Jack Black has just kicked his dog Baxter. It's Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, or simply Anchorman, an acceptable response for number 10. That wraps up our third round of tonight's quiz. Let's check in with our scores before we dive into our fourth and final round of the evening. As it stands in fourth place right now with 28 points, we have Claire and Noah's Ark of Bukkake. Tied in second with 29 points, the Blue Shells and Jack Ash Incorporated. And in the lead right now, the only one to have a perfect score going into the final round. Also the host of the movie quiz, which is coming up right after this at play.themoviequiz.com. It's McClunky. Well played, Trivia Man. Our final round this evening coming at you in one moment. At the bottom of your answer sheets tonight, you will find these here tipping widgets. Please help us out if you're able. We've got that Venmo link, that credit card link. We are only here because of the donations of our players. We'd really appreciate your help here tonight. If you haven't donated in a while, now would be a great time to do so. You know, we want to keep the quiz going, but the only way we can is via your generosity. So please show us that you enjoy what we're doing and you want to see it continue by sending over a little something. We'd really appreciate it. Our final category this evening, the picture round. We're talking about 2022 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. In this round, you're going to see 10 images of people who are being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. It is your job to name the artist that you see depicted. If it's a band, name the band. If it's a solo artist, name the person. 10 images in this round, and then we have a tiebreaker to close out the game. Here is image number 1. Name this artist. They do look quite bored. I imagine they don't look like this anymore, but I'd like to see them recreate the image. I'm a fan. We got some Hungry Like the Wolf, some Rio. It's Duran Duran. Duran Duran is joining the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Here is image number 2. Name this artist. The Helsinki Syndrome always coming at us with some support for metal bands. Yeah, there should be more. We've got all kinds of artists being represented in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like Eminem. Is Eminem a rock and roll artist? I would say no, but I'm happy for him to get this honor. Well done, Eminem is your answer for number 2. Here is image number 3. Name this artist. Image number 3. I remember she was in another music round and people pretty universally thought it was Debbie Harry. It is not. This is Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar joining the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Image number 4. Please name this artist. You did well there. 74% got it right. Image number 4, this is Harry Belafonte joining the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Image number 5, name this artist. The higher the hair, the closer to God. I believe she initially said, no, thank you to this nomination. And then they were like, yeah, but we really want you. And then it's happening. It's Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton joining the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Image number 6, name this artist. 97%. That was a social for Dolly. Image number 6 is depicting Eurythmics is the group. Yes, that's Annie Lennox, but together the two of them are Eurythmics. Hope you got it. On to our 7th image of this round. Please name this artist being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Helsinki Syndrome seems to be pleasantly surprised to learn that just this year, Judas Priest has been nominated and is joining the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Image number 8 out of 10. Please name this artist. your answer for image number 8, you're so vain. It's Carly Simon. 2 more images. Then we've got that tiebreaker. Here's number 9. Name this artist. I'm going to go ahead and use my prophesizing skills to guess that this is going to be the toughest question of the night. We should know this person's name. She's the mother of hip hop. She started Sugar Hill Records, produced Rapper's Delight and The Message. Her name is Sylvia Robinson. Sylvia Robinson, your correct response for number 9. 1 more image to go in this round. That was maybe the first ever 0% I've seen. I don't have a Debbie Downer womp womp sound, so instead I'm gonna play this. We missed it, everyone. Sylvia Robinson, I'm glad you're being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now we know your name. Here's image number 10. Then we're going to have that tiebreaker question, which as always is going to have a number as an answer. And your goal is to guess as closely as possible to the correct number. You can guess over or under. Name this artist. Image number 10, this is Lionel Richie, your correct response. We are on to that tiebreaker question. In the event that your team is part of a tie here this evening and you ended up in the top 20-ish teams here tonight, we will post your scores on our Instagram as soon as we're able, and that will work out the tiebreaker at that point in time. Here's the question for all of you. Give us your best guess. A record for a woman artist tied with Reba McEntire. Dolly Parton has how many number 1 hits on the Billboard country music charts? There is a typo there. It's supposed to be woman, not women. Your correct answer, Dolly Parton has how many number 1 hits on the Billboard country music charts? 25 is your answer. 25. That wraps up the quiz here this evening. Thank you all so very much for joining us tonight. Reminder, please donate if you're able. Those donation links at the bottom of the page. Every little bit helps a whole lot, and we really appreciate it. when people do contribute. It happens less and less these days. And, I wish I knew how to better ask you for donations. But if you're able to do it tonight, it would really show us that you appreciate what we're doing and you want to see it continue. So help us out if you can. Let's check out our winners circle this evening. Finishing the quiz tonight in a big tie here for 16th place with 33 points. We have Brusual Suspects, Banana Dang, Winning is Overrated, and Avis and Bobo. Tied in 13th with 34, The Rubber Yolks. 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, and Chi-Chi's Forever. Tied in 10th with 35 points. We Drink and We Know Things 0. Team Cockroach, The Next Generation, and Team Cockroach. Tied in 4th with 36 points. Team 578. We Drink and We Know Things 12. We Drink and We Know Things 17. Claire and Noah's Ark of Bukkake, Team 578, and the Helsinki Syndrome. Tied in second tonight with 38 points. The Blue Shells and Jack Ash Incorporated. And our winner this evening with 39 out of a possible 40 points. Congratulations go to McClunky. Well done, McClunky. Thank you all again for being here this evening. Reminder, we do not have a quiz next Monday as Peter and I are going to be on the road, but we will be back 1 week from today and then resume our regular schedule. We look forward to seeing you all then. And right now, we are diving right into the movie quiz, everybody. Please check it out if you haven't done so already. It's so much fun. I want to play tonight. Play.themoviequiz.com starting very, very soon. It's the same Twitch channel, but you can access your answer sheet at that website, play.themoviequiz.com. See you all on Wednesday next week. Until then, be well, everyone. Thank you for playing tonight. Thank you, Peter, for keeping things running behind the scenes. Thank you so much, Mur, for creating the software we play this game on. And thank you, Cullen, for making this game possible. Good night, everyone.